All right, what we going by tonight?
Queen Sheba.
Queen Sheba, put your right hand up and your left hand on your word, wherever you decide your word is.
Okay.
All right, hold it just like that. Do you solemnly agree we have your permission to post this across all of our social media platforms?
Absolutely.
Is there anything, and I do mean anything, that's off limits you do not want us to ask you about?
Yes.
What is that?
What do you know?
We're gonna ask you anything. What don't you want us to ask you about? Or how about this? If we do ask you something that's off limits, do you understand? You can say no, pass, let's move on.
Yes.
Okay.
I know how to deflect.
All right, let's do it then.
Okay, literally, it's no pressure on your host, Bangem Bugg.
It's your girl, Just K for real.
And we got a special guest. You introduced yourself already?
Yes.
My name's Queen Sheba. What up, though?
Hey.
Okay, now tell everybody where you originally from.
I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. I've been in Atlanta since 2005.
Oh, you from here now?
Yeah. Yeah, from old Atlanta. From old Atlanta back to new Atlanta.
Okay, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, did you grow up both of your parents?
No.
And what's your relationship like with your dad?
My father passed away from Agent Orange when, probably about 20-something years ago.
What's Agent Orange?
Agent Orange is a chemical that was released in warfare in Vietnam.
Okay.
And, you have to leave. And he actually worked the desk, but hundreds of thousands of soldiers died from Agent Orange. So basically, it's a blood cancer, and you can't get rid of it at all. But weirdly, as government chemicals go, it didn't show up in him until he was 40-something years old.
So he came back from Vietnam and everything.
Fine. Yeah, had a family. They adopted me, so that's why I said no. I did not grow up with my parents, so I'm adopted. And then about 40-something, he was diagnosed with Agent Orange and probably passed within a year and a half. Yeah.
That's not something you hear every day.
Yeah. No.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah, but I mean, y'all are probably in your 20s.
Oh,
No.
that was nice to Bud.
Okay.
That was so disrespectful.
You from Alabama?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Really?
Yeah.
What is the draw? Like, what made you know that?
It's deep Southern. Ma'am.
Not quite. Hey, the dog knew.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's deep Southern, and the to me, the words are longer. It's even like in Decatur they draw out their words, but it's a little more deliberate, I think.
Who do you know from Alabama?
Oh, a lot of people. A couple poets and a couple singers.
Got you.
Yeah.
Close to some Alabama and Bama folks.
Oh yeah, they are. Birmingham's cool. Yeah, my homeboy Dan Bond lives down there. I have a couple poet friends that live in Huntsville. Shout out to Huggy and Kiani. And it's a few people in Birmingham.
That just made me want to pay attention. I'm like, how she know that?
Nobody usually get it.
And it doesn't sound like Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee I think is a little more country.
See, I think everybody country that don't sound like me. So.
Where are you from?
I'm from Maryland.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The most traumatic thing you experienced as a child?
Besides being adopted to white people in the middle of Detroit? I think that was pretty traumatic in the, in the Black Power movement in the 80s and the 90s. And I grew up with X-Clan. Not with them, but grew up with them, with X-Clan, with,
like family members? Or
no, just of their music. Like, grew up on the Black Power movement, Angela Davis and Bunchy Carter, and, all of those were my heroes. So, excuse me, young lady, you gonna have to leave. Take her out, side, please. All that whining. What is wrong with you? Okay, sorry.
See, You were a fan of
Yeah.
activists and all.
Yes.
And
You know that door loud, right?
I mean, it's in the hallway. I just wanted her to get out here with that wine
She's
in the
going
background.
outside.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, it's a quote. It say, "Never again will I change to accommodate someone else's insecurity." So, I guess give me a situation you might have had to do that.
That I did change to that I did accommodate somebody else's insecurities.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about that. I had definitely been a people pleaser for a while, and it just got exhausting. And I just was like, yeah, you know what? No more of that, and no more apologizing for who I am. But that doesn't mean to abuse that card either. That doesn't mean to be abusive, and that doesn't mean to not consider the feelings of your friends and loved ones. That just means, I am who I am unapologetically. And if you don't like it, you roll with it or you roll over, you move around it. And I think it's really emotionally mature for people to be like, this is who I am, this is who I enjoy being, I like being, and I'm really this person. And I think the right people gravitate towards you, and
they do.
The people who don't,
Your tribe.
yeah, exactly. Other people will fall to the wayside, and that doesn't mean you hate their guts. It just means we don't sit at the same table at lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you married?
Why, you want to marry me?
I don't know about that. I did it before. It was like, what's the point of marriage? Like,
Really?
yeah,
What's the point of marriage?
yeah. I mean, they leave you just like anybody else you date, and like.
Oh, you were left.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Women always leave. That's how it goes.
Women always
I be
leave?
thinking it's me, but when I hear older men, they be like, women always pick a dumbass reason to leave you. So I be like,
What's your
oh,
sign?
that ain't just me, Aries.
Oh, I'm surprised. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I'm not married.
So, you ever been married? Yeah, think about it.
No, I didn't sign the marriage certificate.
And well,
Okay.
funny you should bring that up. There was a case that I was married and then annulled. And then I was married in Mexico, and then he either died or disappeared. And
What? What?
and here's a fun fact that you may or may not know. International marriages are not necessarily recognized by the United States. So just pretend that y'all were married in China, like you're Chinese and you're Chinese nationalist and you were married in China and you come over here. Yes, of course, United States recognize, your husband and wife, but you don't have a marriage certificate here. So technically, you're not married in the United States.
It's not valid in court.
It's not valid in court. That's
Spend any
right.
money. That's all.
You ain't spend $40 or whatever it is
Exactly.
at the courthouse. So one was annulled. We did get married in Mexico, and then my ex, who rest in power, passed away a year ago. We went to the courthouse. The judge wasn't in. They gave us the marriage certificate and was like, "Come back when y'all get married and get this signed. Y'all can either come back here or whoever marries y'all signs it, and then you come back here to file it." And it was never signed or filed. So no.
That's the one who disappeared?
No.
Okay, that's the first one.
No, the first one was an annulment.
Okay.
That was early 90s, like 90.
How many are there?
3.
Okay, so the third one disappeared?
No, second one disappeared.
Like, can we talk about that?
So we went to Mexico. It was a guy I was in love with, the DJ. I have this thing for DJs, I don't know. But it was a guy I was in love with. It was the beginning of my poetry career. It was around 2003. It was summertime. We kind of had this weird romance, fell in love. I met him in Miami, and I was on tour, and I was headed to the Midwest. I had just got back from West Africa. And then I was headed to the Midwest. He met me in LA. We woke up and we were crashing at my friend's house, another poet friend, and he was like, "Let's go to Tijuana and get married." And I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it." And so we went to literally, LA to Tijuana was like an hour or whatever, 2 hours. So we go to Tijuana, get married, have lunch, come back. he gets on the plane to go back to Miami to get his stuff or whatever. And he was going to come, at the time I was living in Norfolk, Virginia, and he was going to come to Norfolk, Virginia. However, he was sneaky linking with somebody else that was in Miami at the time, and she was pissed. But everybody knew that they weren't a couple; they were just a sneaky link, and it was known. It was like they would. It was kind of like Megan said. We wouldn't arrive together, but we would leave together. So everybody knew that they were just a sneaky link. Right. But she became possessive at the time, and and prevented him from getting on his plane to come to Norfolk, where I had arranged this, reception with my friends and family. I was like, hey, I got married in Tijuana. And I was like, what? We're going to come anyway because we're nosy. Okay. But, and so we all met in this art gallery, waited for him to arrive. He never arrived. It was one of them. I don't believe in being embarrassed because you either do or you don't. But it was one of the most interesting situations of my life. And then fast forward, like damn near 20 years later, me and his then sneaky link, because that's what it was, are now very good friends.
Neither of you have seen him?
Nope. We don't know where he is. He's presumed passed away, and I say that with respect. He was a great person, but he's presumed passed away, but we don't know. Nobody's seen him in. Has to be. I moved here, and what did I say? 05. I don't think we've seen or heard from him since like 6, 7, 8.
Did you love him?
I did then.
That was so. You live in. I like to hear the rest of your life. It sounds extreme.
It is interesting day by day, to say the least.
So, what do you think? Like, what is your biggest complaint in like your relationship?
Them to me or me to them?
Both ways.
I don't know. All my relationships have been long. So.
What's long?
4, 5, 6 years. Yeah. Anything over 2 is long. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 2 is like the national average. That's when people get divorced. So, I will say in general, them to me is that I always seem to have a plan, an agenda. Like, all right, we're at 6 months, we should do this. We're at a year, we should do this. But in my emotional maturity, in the last couple of years, I've let all that go. I live in the moment. Like, if we go out to lunch and have a good time, I hope to see you again, but I'm right here right now. I don't have any more plans or any expert. And that took a long time for me to learn. And it took a long time for me to understand. And for me to other people, I don't know, it would vary, I guess, I think. I dumped somebody because they were boring.
A guy who just worked and come home and is bored.
Yeah. Okay. Because everything was my life. It was a woman, but everything was my life. Everything we did, anything. Are you back? Anything social was my life. Anything interesting we did. Besides, it's like her Christmas party at the end of the year or some shit like that. And I was just like, nah, I can't.
This ain't my life.
This ain't my life. Like everything shouldn't be on me. Like, yeah, no.
Do something.
Yeah. So.
Yes, we want to be entertained. So
it's not about entertaining. It's not about being entertained. It's about
living.
Maybe compatibility because I have a strong sweat life. So I swim, bike, run 5 days a week. So if you don't understand that life, or you don't have your own sweat life, if it's boxing or tennis or racquetball or golf or whatever, then you don't understand why on Saturdays and Sundays I'm gone for 4 to 6 hours running and riding my bike. They're like, you was out cheating. I'm like, man, I don't have time for that.
And I'm not about to explain this to you.
And I'm not. You just saw me leaving my bike kit. Like, I didn't get up at 7:30 in the morning to go cheat.
Okay.
That's a good way to do it, though.
With a bike.
With a bike. You know how much equipment that is to go cheat?
Okay.
That's an expensive cheat, boy. Let me tell you.
I'm to go exercise, ride my bike to Walmart and come pick me up.
Get me from the Walmart.
Nah.
Where my bike gonna go?
No idea right
I'm crying.
Okay, something said in a joking way, but it was really hate.
And you're beautiful too. I get that a lot. So when I perform, people are like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting that from you, and you're so beautiful too." They think it's a compliment, but it's not. Another thing is any reference to being white, acting white, talking white is to me hate, but not on me, on you.
You don't sound white, bro.
I didn't think so.
Obama proper, he don't sound white. Oprah don't sound white.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, they just sound educated, but I guess people get it confused. Like, if you sound educated, you white. But I know what white sound like. You know what I'm saying? It's distinctive. Like, yeah, like, damn, where the fuck he come from?
Right. But yeah, those are the two big things.
Okay, last time you used somebody and why?
We get used every day. I'm using you now. You using me. Everything is the only difference between dating and prostitution is the intention in the conversation. I mean, we had dinner. If you don't say like, "All right, I'm gonna buy this," fill in the blank food so that we can have sex tonight, that's prostitution. But it's already kind of understood if you going out. I mean, not that you have to have sex, but it's understood that that's where it's going. That's where we're leading to. Maybe not the very first time, but I mean, at this point, you go more than 2 weeks, people are ghosted you. So
yeah, because usually after 2 weeks, you usually don't get it. They just kind of be bullshit. So 2 weeks be like, yeah, she should have gave it up already.
so horrible. Gave what up? You give it up. You give it the fuck up. Ugh. Give it up.
How you give it up?
Hello.
Okay. Okay, a person who number is saved, who number hold on, I'm fucking up. A person who number ain't saved, but you still keep in contact with
them. I know everybody saved in my phone. I'm like,
Shit, okay.
I know I said everybody saved in my phone.
She's
like
a planner.
Hello. If you ain't saved in my phone, I am not interested in talking to you at all.
Okay.
Like if you're
She just got the number.
Yeah. I mean, that's with business, anything. I tell people all the time, I have an Airbnb and I rent out rooms in one of my properties. And I tell people all the time who are always like, "Oh, I want to rent a room." I said, "Okay." I give them the specs. And then I'm like, I don't save your number until you actually come sign a. I'm like, people call me all the time. People inquire all the time. So, nah, I don't. If you're any sort of important, then I save your number. Somehow.
Yeah, because it's a girl I'm cool with. Like, if she, like, when she'll get a different phone, then she'll start calling me from Instagram. So, like, "Oh, I ain't got your number. Like, you ain't got my shit saved." But she always keep in contact. Like, then she'll, like, refriend me on Instagram every week. Like,
I don't have these. Like, people always talk about this social media, like, flirting. I'm telling you, I think I can count on one hand, unless I just am totally missing it, the times people have actually openly flirted with me on social media and meant it. Not like meant it like they want to get married, meant it, but actually we're trying something. You know what I mean? Everybody else, I feel like they just be talking shit because we on social media. I don't really take it seriously.
You're right.
I just be like, I just talk shit back, and I think I even said to somebody, I said, "I think you my first DM." They was like, "No, I'm not." And I'm like, I just said you were, so
You a Libra?
No, better than that.
I'm crying.
Libras and shit.
I like Libra.
Libras are fake.
Oh no.
Libras are fake.
I don't know. Not one fake Libra. My sister.
They are flashy
honest.
and exuberant, and they will make up a life if they don't have one.
Are you like men? You know,
Sound
men
like somebody
Libra?
from Maryland.
I'm from Maryland. That's funny. No, I'm a Leo.
Oh, me too.
The best ever. When's your birthday?
August 5th.
Mine's the 11th.
Yes, that's my birthday.
Yeah.
My whole family Leos. Pride.
This little Pero right here is March 3rd. Freaking Pisces.
My sister's a Pisces too.
When's your birthday?
I'm Sag.
Sag, that's
No,
right.
she a Libra.
Yeah, Sag.
Oh yeah, gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leo, Sag, Aries.
Yeah.
Gang, gang.
Okay, what do you fear more, being alone or letting people get close to you?
Letting people get close to me.
What's been a bad experience?
It's never a bad experience. I just get paranoid as soon as you know too much. I'm like, oh no. I have people sign NDAs now before we start dating seriously.
Sex, or just before you?
Yeah, before sex and before we start dating seriously. Now we could go on dates, like you said. You know, we're gonna go out to dinner. We're gonna have coffee. But as soon as we're like, all right, we about to be something, we're like, sign this NDA, because as soon as shit goes south and you post some shit on the internet, I'm coming for you.
I respect that, because people weird.
Extremely weird.
They be pressed.
Sometimes people don't want to sign on. I'll be like, well, you alright.
What happened to where you made people do it?
What do you mean?
Did something happen?
Nothing. It's preventative measures. It's like going to the dentist every year. You don't have to have a cavity to go, but you should go. I don't want to find out what's gonna happen because people are weird.
People are weird.
Oh, you like into like weird stuff or something that you don't want nobody to tell you?
I might be.
I think she is.
I might be. I mean, I got all these tattoos and piercings. It can't be normal, no day.
What's the weirdest thing you went to?
I don't know. We could figure some stuff out. We could do whatever. Just sign this little piece of paper right here.
Okay.
Leave your cell phone and keys at the door, and let me pat you down for any weapon. People are off the hook, and you can't come to my house. You can't come to my house until we are seriously dating. I'll come to your house, cool, but you can't come to my house. Especially if I'm dating, like, and dating is dating. If on dates, I think is what I mean. Like, if I'm going on a date with you this day and then somebody Wednesday, and y'all ain't, I'll come to my house. I'll meet you there.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'll meet you there.
Are you still doing it? Like dating?
Am I still doing it? What you mean? Am I still doing it?
I'm just curious.
Am I still doing which part?
The multiple guys and shit.
I don't.
Multiple people.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
First of all, multiple people, but I'm not in the need to be highly sexed. So when I'm saying dating, I mean actually going on dates. I don't mean fucking. If I meant fucking, I'd say fucking. I could care less about fucking right now unless I was in a serious relationship with somebody. But I don't think nobody's into that shit no more.
Serious relationship? I mean,
you are.
As long as she
yeah.
obey, you feel me?
No.
Obey who? My God. That's why I'm obeying.
God and Bug.
Oh Lord.
God and Bug.
I'm not obeying nobody named Bug. No.
She's funny. I like it.
No, hell no. Mom, this is Bug. No. Talking about he want to get married. Queen Sheba and Bug. No. Hell no. What's your mama name you?
Oh, Booker.
That's your first name?
Yeah, I'm the third.
I love that.
My dad name, my granddad.
Now I would fuck Booker.
What's
But Bug? Nah.
This is what everybody call me that. So.
I'm calling you Booker.
I love this clip.
Yeah, Booker sounds like somebody I definitely would go out with. But Bug? Ugh. No. I'm cool on Bug. But Booker?
They the same person.
I was gonna say, and it can be the same person. It's just tomato. And it's real.
So Booker could hit?
Yeah, I mean, after 2 weeks.
My girl!
After 2 weeks in the NDA.
Okay. Well, you know where to go. Get your pen ready.
This nigga is 32 years old. Or 12 or something. I don't know.
Not or 12. Booker's pretty grown. Right?
Okay, girl.
Self-sufficient.
Are you capable, though?
Or what?
Can you handle it? You know she has
I don't know. Can you change the tire? Can you fix the electricity? These are all things I can do.
I mean, I can change tires and shit. I don't know shit about electricity.
Yeah, okay, I'm lying. Me neither.
I think I do the regular man shit, like checking oil and,
I go to half a line for that. I mean,
Yeah, that's regular shit. I ain't into that's like trade shit. But
Yeah.
Some guys get that, but nah, I ain't.
So what do you do for a living since we
I'm truck
have?
driver.
Oh, you ain't gonna be around, Booker.
I'm home every day.
Okay.
I haul gas. So
Oh, please be careful. You don't hit a bump too hard.
No, it's it ain't like it don't explode like people the movie shit. Like when drivers do have accidents, like it'll just burn, like it don't explode or nothing.
Gotcha.
So it's not dangerous how y'all think.
How long you been truck driving? Look how I'm turning in.
Mm-hmm.
How long you been truck driving, Booker?
Since like 06.
Oh, nice.
He got money.
Okay.
His own stuff too.
Look, I was doing the calculation.
Yeah,
6 to 22.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Got his own house, own car. You see that? Oh, he be parking around back. Don't worry about it. You see it later.
Okay.
After 2 weeks, you can see his
I'm gonna see when we go to coffee. I'm gonna be like,
okay. L.
Oh,
Here we
shit,
go.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
I'm just like all the other girls, Booker. I'm sure you just flirt with everybody that comes on your podcast.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't be flirting.
That's what you're doing right now, though.
I'm flirting?
What?
You think this flirting?
I'm going.
Okay.
I left.
I left.
I ain't think I was flirting.
That's
I was lining it up for him.
you. I mean, you was the alley-oop, but he definitely, took the ball.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Wait till he really flirt. Then he said, "This ain't nothing, girl."
How tall are you? Up. This is gonna be the breaker.
What, 6 feet?
Ooh, y'all going on a date? Oh, Booker got a date.
You got a passport?
Right.
No, I ain't never been out the country.
Oh, let me learn you something, boo.
Okay. Ooh, she gonna take me
Let me learn you something.
Oh, I like this. I'm excited.
I ain't never had like a real vacation. Like if I do
What?
have a vacation, like I just go to my mama's house in Alabama.
Yeah.
Where does your mama live?
Alabama.
Tuscaloosa. I just go visit them. Or
She gonna
sometimes
take you
I
to
just,
West
I just
Africa.
chill out.
Hello, I
Take
mean,
me too, though.
at
Y'all
least
take me
start with the basic
You would?
Y'all
fucking
take me on the
vacations.
You and Scat gonna come?
Yeah, but y'all take me though, like
Pay for it, is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Mhm.
You said, she said take me twice.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, you the one with the long haul money, or the short haul. He 9 to 5, so. You the one with. You ain't started a logistics company in the pandemic with everybody else was
I
starting.
did a hot shot business, but it went under because I got a bad truck. I only did it for like a month.
Mm.
The truck just fucked up, so fucked up my
My
money.
brother went into logistics, bought a brand new 2023, whatever the hell, and he is chilling, sitting at home collecting. He don't do nothing. He don't lift a finger, don't change the oil, don't do nothing. Collect.
Bad advice on her. Y'all gonna talk about this later. On that coffee, she said she already said that's where y'all going.
Okay, what's the unrealistic expectation that most women have for men?
I feel like a setup.
Yeah. Anything's not unrealistic if you're compatible. It's unrealistic if you don't vibe with that person. If you have two sets of fundamentals, if your fundamentals are different than somebody else's, then she could ask you to change the electrical, and that's an unrealistic expectations for you, Booker, because you don't do electrical. So then she mad because you don't do electrical, but she's like, bitch, I ain't do electrical in the first place, so what's wrong with you?
What about you, Kay? What's up?
I guess to take care of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially if you don't have nothing going on, if you're not bringing nothing to the table, it's especially if you're not even domestic, right? Because now we have the people who want to be the baddie and live the baddie life, and then they want their man to take care of all of that, but then he can't come home to some food or some head, because that's really all men want is some head in the
Sex,
meal.
silent sandwich.
Yeah.
The 3 S's.
Okay.
That's it.
So yeah, that's unrealistic. If you're not giving sex, silence, and sandwich, then how you gonna get everything?
I'm not real domesticated though, but I have a great system in place where the house is clean, the trash goes out, and food is there every day.
So what you got, like a maid or something?
Something like that. Yeah. I have a housekeeper.
So yeah, I know like some women like they.
But I'm super busy though. But I'm super busy not because I'm not dating, but there's a void there, so I might as well be working.
Be filling it in.
So do you have like an unattractive housekeeper? Because most women.
Absolutely. Well, Maybe I shouldn't say that. Sorry, Cynthia. Sorry. I knew what he meant. I knew what he was saying, though.
Not a baddie.
She's not a baddie. She is a very seasoned
Mexican
lesbian older woman who would not be interested in you nor I. So, yeah, I don't think she would be your type.
Yeah, nigga be drinking or something. Like,
Oh, I mean, she got long, beautiful hair, and she tall. She got beautiful brown skin, and she work out every day. So, hey,
But she wouldn't like you.
I don't think so. You're not her type,
okay.
and I ain't never seen her drunk. So,
I don't think you should.
hello.
Okay, your first time experiencing a fake friend.
I'm tripping on these written down questions on paper.
Yeah.
You ain't digitized these things yet?
Nah,
Why not?
I don't really like typing shit. It takes too long, like typing shit to me. So I just write it down.
It's people that do that for you. Kids, students, SCAD,
Kids. Oh.
children, students.
I mean,
Do you have any children?
No.
Oh, thank God. Jesus, I can't do it.
She's gonna be loud.
I can't. I'm not dating nobody that doesn't have an adult.
Even if you ain't gotta take care of them.
I ain't trying to go to no basketball games, no I'm not trying to deal with no baby mamas, daddies.
I'm saying if he don't include you in there, he just he take care of everything.
That's weird and selfish. I mean, I'm already being selfish by not saying that I don't even want children, but to be in a relationship with somebody who has children and not be involved is a fuck nigga, and you shouldn't deal with them anyway.
I'm saying you just
No,
ain't involved.
you don't. Like, he takes
The
care of
woman would be a fuck nigga as
okay.
well, is what I'm saying. She's like, oh, I'll just be over here, and you come. Oh, you ain't really about me then. You about you, bitch. No, my life is my whole life.
I got you. What's up?
She
Okay.
just changed the question. What you ask her? You not about to do that. What did you ask?
I am Oprah on your ass.
Okay.
What was the question? It was what it had to do with children? What was the question?
Something about fake.
Your first time experiencing a fake friend.
No, it was before that. What you asked before that?
No,
That was the question.
How did we get on children?
I don't know if you.
You just blurted it out.
You wanted to know if he had kids, girl. You took us there.
No, you started with the.
The paper.
These not digitized.
Yeah.
Oh, the questions. That's
Yeah.
what it was. We got the children with the students and the thank
You
you.
just wanted to take us to children. It's okay. You wanted to know.
Fake friend. Oh yes, absolutely. The first time, I don't know what the first time was. I remember the most recent time that traumatized me, and I didn't realize I was traumatized by these things until I realized what being traumatized was. So for me, being traumatized by something is when I obsess over thinking about how it hurt me. So then I realized that I've been traumatized by a situation. So I had Karen. I was called a Karen, which was supposed to be in a weird way a compliment to my work ethic, but nobody ever uses the word Karen as a compliment. And so I had some peers who I realize are not my friends, or ever was. You just, there's, like any relationship, there are some things you just don't say, can't say, and you still say that we're friends. And so I had some peers sitting at a bar one time. I was not present. And one of them was venting about an experience they had with me to the other 3 people that were there. And one of them said, well, you know, she was like more like a Karen. She it was something about sabotaging something, and was like, yeah, I don't think she was trying to sabotage something. You know, she's like a Karen. She likes to brag about her accomplishments. And I was like,
That's not what a Karen is.
whatever the scenario was, I was being called a Karen in that situation, and then they all agreed. They were like, "Oh yeah, you're right," or, you know, agreed with the person saying it, like, "Oh yeah, you're right." And then like a day later, I think it was the next day or 2 days later, one of them called me and tried to make small talk, and I wanted to so bad say, "What about this conversation you just had?" But because it was hearsay and I wasn't there, I couldn't say like, "Oh, I saw it on tape" or whatever.
So even the person who told you agreed?
They're the one who presented it. And then the rest of my peers agreed.
So they was keeping it a buck with you. They like, I said this. And
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And they was like, yeah. And so, and again, that's another fake scenario where that person thought that I would be more endearing to her by her telling me that she told on herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, bitch. Like, that's not a way to gain sympathy, empathy, points, anything with me. And I just was like, what? And I just remember feeling horrible after that, and I just remember hating all four of them. And I was just like, fuck it, I can't even pretend no more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just can't even. I wanted to, be their friend. I just realized we would have never sat at the same lunch table in high school. Fuck it, we just not gonna be friends. We can be cordial. We can be co-workers. We can be in the same field. And I keep 1,000. Like, if God presents a situation, I always have situations that I can share with people that are amazing situations. I'm on the radio, I produce shows, I do a lot of stuff. So if I come up with a scenario and I don't fuck with you, but God is like, nah, that person would be great for that scenario, I don't keep it. That's not for me to keep. You know what I mean? It belonged to you anyway. And I believe that if you try to veer it, then the shit would be fucked up. Like, if you're like, nah, you try to be petty, be like, nah, fuck it, don't call him or her, and you try to go with somebody else, it just don't fit. It's not right. The vibe is not right. And then again, now I'm having anxiety about not going with my spirit in the first place. And you got to take the high road sometimes, even if you're the only one knowing that you're taking it.
Yeah, not definitely.
So, yeah, it was an Anna, and around my ex's death, I realized I didn't have as many friends as I thought I had. I realized that some of the people I thought were my friends just aren't and weren't, and I was like, cool, no problem.
Okay, what's your worst?
You know what? You really got to work on your empathy here. Like, I just poured my heart out, and he's like, yeah, so number 7. Like, that doesn't feel like you know.
I'm saying sometimes I don't try to stay on the subject too long. See, like last interview we just had, I just let her go. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I try not to stay on stuff too long. You know what I'm saying? Because I do have to do clips, so it just can't be the same shit in every clip. So.
Okay.
Yeah. But I kind of let Kay was saying that, like, I don't stay on stuff long, and I was like, well, you could do that then.
That's why I'm over here like, that's my part.
So
But that's
I think
really
her thing was
him.
more just like, okay, move on next question. When you kind of should just.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, I'm sorry to hear.
like, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
And
You didn't even address the
then
fact that my
move on to
ex
the
died a
next
year
question.
ago. You didn't even say, like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss or nothing.
That might be a man thing.
Nah,
That's an
him.
Aries thing.
That's not him.
Aries are assholes. It's either
Aries.
no, who?
Monica Aries.
Oh, hey, it's her way or no way. Is it her way or no way?
Hell no, not with me.
Aries boy, it's y'all way or no
I'm
way.
saying when you say sorry to hear that, people just like, okay, whatever. Like, it's no
Not
point
me.
really saying that.
I
It's
never
still
say
very
sorry
sensitive.
about death either, honestly. But that's because of my perspective on death. Like, I don't see it as a bad thing. So if people tell me necessarily about losing someone, I don't think that it's useful to say, well, it's going to be better because that's,
I don't do
nobody
that
wants
part.
to hear that. So I'm also not going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, because I'm not. Like,
Yeah.
I don't see it as a negative thing.
I guess that it wasn't even addressed was weird, but it's cool. All right, okay.
I get it, though. I get it.
Not everybody processes like y'all do.
The same.
So, yeah.
Learn something new.
But
Yeah, it's all good.
are you okay?
Ah, don't touch me. But yeah. That fake ass shit.
I was that serious. See, I was trying to be real.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. It helped me learn a lot really quickly. It gave me
I'm really here, seriously. I'm like the biggest ear.
Give thanks. It gave me a new perspective on death too. Like it's like shit. It really is gonna happen to all of us.
I mean,
There's no way out.
it's
Anyway,
a
what's
transition.
question number 12? What we on?
Oh, now you don't want to talk about it now.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
You should cry about it.
I cried No,
Do you see crying as a bad thing?
no, not at all.
When the last time you cried?
Thanksgiving.
About what?
About that. I like completely sobbed. It was just, I don't know where it came from. It was probably a lot of pent up running and coping instead of dealing and healing. And Thanksgiving, it literally, well, I was out on the porch with Charlie, and it was pouring on Thanksgiving. I don't even know if y'all remember, but I remember. It was like 5 a.m. I just came back from, I think, Jersey's house, as a matter of fact. I just came back from Jersey's house, and no, we just came back from MSR on Thursdays. It's one of my homegirls promotes a lesbian night at my sister's room. But anyway, and I came home. It was like 5 a.m. I didn't even realize it was that late/early. And I was on the porch. Me and Charlie just loves the rain. She was just sitting there chilling, probably chewing on a toy. And I just remember just sobbing, and it was some movie shit. Like, it was pouring rain. I was sobbing, and it was so quiet in the neighborhood. I swear I was gonna wake people up. I swear somebody's light was gonna come on, but it was just dead ass silent. I could hear it like just bouncing off the houses, and I live in the West End, so, and it was just probably a real 30 minutes, and that's a long ass time. And then I just went,
Slept really good.
yeah, just went in the house and was out.
I love, man,
Yeah.
crying feels good. I cry like every other day now. The older I get, the more sensitive I get. So I feel like my grandma inside. I'll be like, Grandma, this why you be feeling like this? I get it.
Man.
But why you feel like you be crying? Because I feel like sometimes when I cry, I'm just like, when I get mad, I cry. So it's not like,
Oh, me
you
too.
know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
sometimes people mistake that for sadness. I'm like, no,
For
I'm
weakness.
frustrated.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sadness or weakness. And I'm like, no, I'm crying because I'm angry.
I used to do that as a kid, but
Cries,
when I
man.
get angry, but not no more.
Sometimes I cry for anger. A lot of this time in my life, I'm feeling a lot of transition, and I'm feeling like a higher power, right? And so when I feel that, it's just moved something in me, and it's like, wow, I can't control it. So when I feel it, I let it go. But my last sob, I sobbed at lunch. We were having sushi, and it was, my brother had just did something to me that made me feel like, dang, like I thought we was family, but we're not. But when I came back to here, this is home now for me, to my family here, it gave me, I had so much gratitude for who I have now in my life. And I sat at the table with my sister, who's not my blood sister, but that's my sister. And I cried and I let it out at the table. It was not shame in my game. I was crying. And I'm like, girl, this is not even sad. She's like, I know. You're loved. You know? So it feels good. I let it go. And I'm going to feel, even if it was like sadness, I'm going to just feel it. And after the feeling,
It's just,
move on. You know?
when's the last time you cried, Booker?
That's too personal.
I know that's right. You want to move on.
Okay.
No, I'll be for real. It was I was just thinking about like my dad getting old. Like I started crying because he got his teeth and shit taken out. I was like, damn, he getting old. So, but yeah, it kind of made me cry. But, you know.
I feel that.
Okay, how do you comfort somebody who going through something, like, you know, going through like a death? Like, if I was out on the porch with you, like, what would be the best way to be like show you comfort?
Show comfort to me?
Yeah.
Oh, for me, like, literally do nothing. Literally just sit there with, don't touch me. It's weird. I just had a scenario on Sunday that I'll tell you about in a minute. But and you can give me your feedback on it. But for me, I think I'm scared to the getting close to people things. I don't do a lot of random hugging. It's something people notice about me pretty quickly. They're like, dang, you know, Sheba, you can't, no, don't touch me. Like, don't, because I feel like depending on where you are in your spiritual journey, all of us are empaths, but depending on where you are, how much of an empath you are. And me being sensitive, a poet, or me, then I feel like I've picked up on people's emotions damn near my whole life. So I just be like, nah, don't touch me until I'm ready for it, until I welcome it. So if you were out there on the porch with me, I would want you to. I got 2 chairs. You just sit in one and say nothing. That would be the best way to support me. And then maybe when I was done, especially if we were past our 2 weeks and you came inside, because if you're at my house, we're probably like at 6 months, right? So, is he getting this joke? I don't know.
I don't know if you being for real or not. I'm listening.
I'm like, I'm trying to, you know.
Okay, she's
Yeah, I was right. I was doing a callback.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Is he getting it? I'm like, I know I am.
right, yeah. So we probably had like 6 months if you sitting out on my porch at 5 a.m. on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
You know, on a holiday. You know, we probably just left your mom house. You know what I'm saying? We probably just drove back from
Tuscaloosa.
from Tuscaloosa. So, but anyway, then once I've released all that overwhelming emotion, then I probably would want to be affectionate and cuddle. But in the moment, no. I need to know that I'm safe with you and it's not gonna be a thing.
Is it weird that people who don't want to be touched, I'd be like, I want a hug.
It is weird if somebody's saying don't touch me. That's a little rapey.
I don't want to take it. It's just like,
But
You just saying where you coming from, so it's like, bro, we gotta get past those challenges. Like,
Yeah, you just say, is it okay for me to hug you? But no, but I feel like when I start to feel safe, then I'm open up and I'm super affectionate. You know, but I don't like the affection to be assumed early on. So let's go back to what I was talking about. So Sunday, I come back from vacation. I invite my friends to join me at 2 Urban Links, one of my favorite places for dinner. And a young lady that is interested in me but said she was emotionally unavailable. Well, bitch, what? Okay, well, now we're friends. Right. Now we're in the friend zone forever. Yeah. Like you could, for me, you could never come back from that. And the reason I say that is because, well, okay, how about she could never come back from that? Let me say that. Because the way she presented it was like, yeah, but we can get to know each other and be friends, and then when I'm ready, bitch, ain't nobody sitting on the shelf for you.
Okay.
What the fuck is wrong with you? If you, when you ready, I'm gonna be down the road somewhere. You feel me? But anyway, so I invited her to the dinner with the rest of my friends, and you know, there was 12 of us at the dinner, so everybody was having a little conversation. There was no boo up situation happening, except there was 2 couples there. That was it. Everybody else was just chit chatting, blah blah blah. I had on this beautiful dress, and I have a new tattoo on my sternum, so that was showing. But I'm covered up. Like, I have on long sleeves. I'm always very covered up. I might have a little skin showing here and there. We come the fuck out of 2 Urban Lakes. You been there? Mm-hmm. So you come out, you know, you sit on that bench and you wait for your car to come up. You been to 2 Urban Lakes?
Nope.
You need a passport.
It was my first time going to 2 Urban Lakes when you invited us.
Okay. So, there's a bench where you wait for your car to come up for valet. This Negro, you meet, right, sits down next to me and leans her head on my breast. I said, dog, you ain't paid for my, you know, I'm being funny because we're around people. I'm being charismatic. I'm like, dog, you ain't paid for my dinner, but you know, back up off me, you know, 3 feet. And she was like, oh, Sheba, don't do me like that. I'm like, no, like, I sent her a text later. She's like, oh, thanks for inviting me out, blah, blah. I sent her a text later, like, don't touch me without my permission. I don't care that we both lesbians. Just because we both women doesn't mean that my body's fucking open field to you, bitch. What's wrong with you? Like, and I said, would you want somebody to do that to your sister? And that's how you gotta look at shit. Like, would you want your sister to be sitting there in a beautiful, innocent dress, and she's showing a little bit of fucking cleavage, and somebody, a friend, a random nigga just come up and lay their fucking head on your sister's chest? No, bitch, those are... And so she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That'll never happen again. You did it. And so now she gets the emoji reply.
So guys have to ask to kiss you and hug you? They have to ask you?
You talking about the first time or once we're in the situation?
The first time, like.
I think it's known the first time. It's not an ask. I think there's a vibe there. You know what I mean? I'm not like, I'm not saying like, hey, do you mind if I kiss you? Nah, I mean, I think there's a vibe there. It's understood, but we were strictly just friends. Like, I've talked to this mug on the phone 3 times. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't get to lay your head on my breast.
You ain't that close.
You should do it no fucking way. You know what I mean? Like, that's...
I don't have no type of boundaries. I'm on my friends. What's up? Come here. For
Mm-mm.
real. What? I'll be on my friend.
But you know what? Maybe had we been closer friends. Like my friend Jersey that I just mentioned. We've known each other 10 years. She would have came up, but that would have been weird for her. She don't act like that. But had she done that, I probably wouldn't have felt no way, to be honest. But this person, I'm like,
You don't know me like that.
you don't know me like that.
Yeah.
Read the room, bitch.
You remind me of my mom though. My mom is also a Leo, and she is like that. Like my grandma always makes comments like, "Oh, you know, your mom doesn't like affection." And my mom be like, "Well, you didn't give me affection, so."
Yeah, and I think it might have something to do with that too. The, you know, being adopted, going to 3 foster homes, all of that might be just like, dang, as soon as somebody hugs me, they about to leave. Same thing. You know what I mean? That you are traumatized by. They gonna find a reason to leave anyway.
I ain't traumatized, buddy.
Yeah,
Yes, you
sounds
are.
like
You brought it
are.
up.
I'm understanding like women just leave. Like you just have to.
No, women don't just leave. Those women left you.
All women leave.
That's traumatizing.
That's trauma. That's trauma. That's,
Except
no.
my mama.
Well,
She ain't left my
well, you
dad,
stay.
they still together,
You stay in
so.
Tuscaloosa there because that not all women leave. I mean, you know. But anyway, what's the next question? You got circled over there. How long have you had these pieces of paper?
Today.
Oh, really?
I mean, these are old interviews. This one new though, the top one.
He normally right.
Okay, what's your worst reaction you got from being honest?
Somebody twice. So 2 guys, both from Charlotte actually. Well, I met them both in Charlotte. I don't know if they're from Charlotte. 2 poets asked me. No, I'm lying. One I offered up, so that might have been my fault. One poet asked me about a poem that he had. And I gave my honest view. And I do not offer my opinion about nobody's poem. It's none of my business. You do you, I do me, and we go on about our life. It's not for me to say nothing about you. Whatever. But if you ask, I'm going to tell you how I feel. And this guy asked me how I felt about one of his poems. I told him the truth, and he wrote a poem about me that wasn't favorable.
I'm crying.
And I was just like, dog, bruh. Sorry, we don't say dog no more. Bruh. I was like, yeah, okay.
Did you address it or you just kind of left it in?
No, I addressed it. I said, you know, but it's so general that if you heard it, you would know it was about me. But I knew, and he may have even told me. But I was like, then you shouldn't have asked. That's what I told him. Then you shouldn't have asked. If you were not gonna be upset about it, he could still be upset maybe about the feedback. But then to write an unfavorable poem about me because of the feedback that you asked for is fuck you. Like I don't even have words for that. It's petty. It's childish. It's ridiculous. Now the other brother, I think I offered it and he didn't. He didn't ask me, and so that was my fault. And that was.
Did he write a poem about you too?
He did.
Oh, I'm crying.
But I don't give a fuck. Like nobody knows him.
They
So I
out
don't
here
care.
writing poems about each other.
So what do you do? Like, so you don't work a regular job? You just do like entertainment stuff?
That's not a regular job. That's a lot of work.
I ain't saying.
I'm here at 11 o'clock at night.
You don't work a 9 to 5.
No 9 to
you're
5,
an
but every day a
entrepreneur.
payday.
What'd you say?
No 9 to 5, but every day a payday.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what's up. Okay, I guess we'll wrap it up. Go ahead, Kay, do your thing.
I'm cracking up. Is there anything that you wish to share that with our audience that we haven't asked you about?
When's this gonna air?
Tomorrow?
No.
Tonight, maybe.
Hello.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely. February 12th at City Winery. Y'all should come. It is Valentine's Day weekend. I mean, you might have a boo that you could bring.
Might be you.
I'll already be there.
But
Okay.
everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm only out 2 days a week, so.
What days are you off?
Wednesday, Thursday.
That's our date nights, Monday and Thursday. That's it. That's what we got.
That's what I got for you. Wednesday, Thursday.
What time do you get home?
or like in the morning?
In the
In the morning.
in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your driving shift?
Well, it depends. It's 12 hours. Sometimes I go in at 6, so I get off at 6. Sometimes I go in at 8, I get off at 8. So.
My boy drives 6 to 6. That's interesting. And then he's a runner. He gets off and he be tired, but he's like, oh, I'm coming running. But February 12th at City Winery, I do a show called Poetry versus Hip Hop. This is the all black everything / black love edition. The show is almost sold out. We ain't even at January 12th yet. And it's a show that I've been doing for almost 8 years. It's dope as hell. Every single show sells out. It's really amazing. We toured around the country. We are going to CIAA weekend, the end of February. We were invited to CIAA weekend. And we are having our 8-year anniversary later this year, October 7th at Center Stage. That's 850 people. And we are going to Jamaica November, I think 3rd. That's a Saturday. So really exciting. Definitely follow Poetry versus Hip Hop on Instagram. We have a brand new TikTok page, so we probably got like, how many followers we got on?
We brought it up about 7.
Hey, 7.
Like, that's
Okay.
a great number.
70.
Oh, 70. Are you using the Black Girl hashtag? Black Girl follow training hashtag? Okay. So if you're a black girl, we following you, you follow us back. So definitely come or get your ticket. You can find it on the City Winery website. Click on Atlanta. They got 8 different locations. And then click on February 12th. It's Poetry vs. Hip Hop. It's actually probably going to sell out within the next 2 weeks. And so we might be adding a second show. So that's good. Mm-hmm. That's really exciting.
That is dope.
Super dope. And I have my second book of poems coming out called Clemency, Poems to Help You Accept the Apologies You Will Never Receive. So it might help your healing process.
So do you market it or you just like let it grow organic, like as far as like selling?
Oh no, I market it. I have to do a little bit of editing this week, and then my goal is to have some copies available February 12th at the show, and then I'll do a whole book release party. I like throwing events for no fucking reason and every reason. I think we should always celebrate as much as we can.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, appreciate you coming through, and
Oh, my IG. Follow me on TikTok and IG. All social media is the Queen Sheba, and I have every social media except for Snapchat, which is weird. Snapchat is weird to me.
Yeah, it is for real.
Yeah.
Okay, literally there's no pressure, man. We out, and I'm not sure if we got another guest, but see y'all whenever. We out.